to me right now, but let me check my setting here real quick, guys. Let me check my setting. Um, okay, it should be working. I don't want to use it. All right. Hopefully, you guys can hear me now. That was a mess. Right now. But let me check my setting here real quick. Okay, now I can hear it. Yep. All right, sorry for that, guys. Yeah, we are back here and very, very wonderfully. Slept yesterday and looked at the game. As you guys, those ones who were here with me in the stream, you already know exactly what happened, and we discussed so many things. And thank you for those ones who have been in the chat and giving us all the details of the things that we looked at with, Arsenal when it comes to the game against Southampton. We discussed a lot and a lot of things yesterday, but today I'm here with a different mood, guys, because yesterday was hot. Yesterday was on top. Everyone was just, frustrated. And after sitting down and looking at the game itself and discussing some of the things that I believe, happened in the pitch and happened outside of the pitch, and I just decided at least to come back today again and do a stream with you guys and discuss really, really what happened. Because when you look back at the way Arsenal has been playing for all these seasons, guys, and we still have trends, we still have situations where things are just coming on and off, on and off, on and off of this particular team. We haven't grown, particularly in so many aspects that I believe we should have grown out of. But basically, those are some of the few things that I want to discuss. And also look just not at the Southampton game only. We have games that I could see Arsenal have been really struggling through, even starting with Manchester City game. You guys already know we lost that game, and now leading to a Southampton game that we also lost the FA Cup. So basically, we have lost 2 trophies in a row. Which has never really happened for Arsenal. I know we have been bottling a lot of trophies the last few years, and if you look at Mikel Arteta's record, he is terrible. He is really, really so bad when it comes to finals, when it comes to cup games. His record are just so bad, and potentially maybe those are some of the reasons, I guess, he hasn't really learned from. Looking at what we discussed yesterday, guys, I was really amazed of how this coach really has not learned so many things from his 6 years at Arsenal. And I still don't understand that you live with the coach. You were with the winner of 4 trophies at Manchester City, and you still don't learn so many things from your mentor. Like, I don't know, guys, because from the look of it, from the team that we have, everything that we have built, it looks just so good, guys. This team has so many things in it. If you look from the back, the midfield, and up front, we have a lot of qualities, guys. So much quality that I don't think we are we are doing our best as a team to just look at this and say, yeah, we are not doing well, because we have the capacity, we have the team, we have the players. We may need a few players in and here and there, but that shouldn't be really, really a problem for me to think that this Mikel Arteta team is not really, giving us the best. So what's going on really? What's wrong with this particular team? That's basically that we want us the things that we want to discuss. Thank you guys for joining, and I welcome you again. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and be part of the channel. We come here every single day to discuss Arsenal, and we also, give you the details and some news and everything going on in the Premier League, Champions League, and everything Arsenal. As you guys know, this is Arsenal Stand, and my name is Francis, and you can join me. People mostly call me Mr. Laughter, so you can also call me that as well, as we discuss discuss Arsenal because I love Arsenal and I want to be here and just discuss with you. And thanks for joining. I see people already here. I see BHS. Thank you for joining, man. Steve-O, thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. Every single thing you guys do for us. I mean, it's way, way more than appreciated. And I value your opinion. Put in your commenters there. And yeah, come and join and come be part of the family as well as we build this together. We know Arsenal are not doing well and we are not doing great, but that is not the end of us, guys. We still have a lot to play for. We still have 7 games. That is really finals to me, and I want us to go on and win this Premier League. That's my only goal for this particular season because I don't want to hear anything that people have been talking about quadruple, the word is even so difficult, quadruple, and we talked about, how do you treble, now we are down to double. So I just want Arsenal to continue and do their thing and win the Premier League. That's all I need because that's going to be the massive boost for every single thing that we're going to be doing starting now until the end of the season, guys, because if we can do that and next season we start on a fresh board, we start on a fresh page, I think it's going to be massive for this group of players because I pity, I'm so worried about Saliba. Saliba has given us a lot of things. And when I hear him speak that he hasn't won anything for Arsenal, and people cannot call him the best player in the world, the best centre back in the world, because he hasn't won anything, that beats my heart, guys. Like it makes me feel like Arsenal can still do more and give these players everything they deserve. These players give every single life, every single bit of their breath to perform their games. And all we always look at is we go back home with nothing in our hands. And it's frustrating to me. I don't know how frustrated these players are actually when we look at this. Because if you play and give your all and at the end you don't get anything from it, seasons in, season out, you're the same old team not performing to the level, that we think you should, there must be something wrong. There must be something wrong either with the manager or the team itself, or basically there is something wrong with the owners. And that we have lots of things that is wrong at Arsenal at the moment. From the look of it, as a fan that I've been following Arsenal for a long, long time, this drastic fault or change in the performance is not just not it's not out of the blue. It has been coming, guys. It has been coming since we started this particular season, and it has definitely it's been a roller coaster for a lot of us. For those ones who follow Arsenal every single day, this journey is a real roller coaster. Why? Because we have seen all sorts of changes in this particular team. We have changed all sorts of games that we have struggled in, we have performed well in. And if I'm to count to you guys the number of games that we have played that I can say, yes, this was an easy win, very fluid game that we played, I don't think they can even go beyond 5, guys. This team has tried, they have done their best. They have played, but there is a lot of loopholes in this team. So many loopholes that Mikel has to address, and the team has to address. Leave alone Mikel not allowing his players to express themselves. That's going to be our first thing to talk about. How many games have I seen and watched Mikel give the players the responsibility, the freedom, and the flexibility to do wherever they want on the pitch? How many games, guys? Let me know in the comment. How many games have you thought of and seen that Arsenal is actually playing what we call real football, attacking football, and defending and playing what we call real soccer? How? How many games? When you look back in Champions League, which we're going to be again tomorrow in to come and discuss the game between Arsenal and Sporting CP, We're going to discuss that tomorrow. Today, I'm just going to look at what really went wrong with this particular team in these last two games and all the bad performances that we have been having in the Arsenal squad. If you look at the trend that we are heading to, the last 3 years, when it comes to the pressure moment, the squeaky bum moment, we are not the same team. Arsenal is not the same team. We tend to fall apart. In many cases, the examples are there. Look at last season. We were playing so well on the tail of Liverpool, and we crumbled under pressure. The season before that, Manchester City, we crumbled. 2022, 2023, we did our best. We crumbled. So basically, this has become a trend at Arsenal when it comes to the end of the season where it matters the most and you want to play your game and finish, we always crumble. Some of this is not Mikel Arteta's fault. Some of this is not even, Premier League faults or even like the players' fault. It's just the mentality that we are trying to build in this particular team. Are we building a team that has the capacity and the strength to go on and win something? Is the manager the problem? Is he having inferiority complex like I said yesterday? Is there a problem with him that he cannot make it over the line? Why does Mikel want to treat these players so bad? Why? These players sometimes they do their best. They try to follow exactly what the coach say, and at the end of it all, we just come back home with nothing. It's like we are going hunting. We hunt and hunt and hunt. We come back with nothing in our hands. After so many years of trying, we need to change, guys. We need to change the way we play. We need to change the way we attack. We need to change the way we defend. Those are the things going wrong. Mikel alone needs to change his tactic. He needs to change himself. Look at this quote that he said here. I'm gonna put it right here for you guys. I am going to defend my players more than ever. I posted this on my X for those ones who follow me. I am going to defend my players more than ever. If someone is going to take responsibility, it's me. Very well said. And it has to be him to take every single responsibility at this moment. It has to be him, guys. Because I feel like these players have given us so much. I see you, Jeff. Thanks for joining again. I'm worried we could we could get smacked by Sporting. Man, that's for tomorrow, man. But I'm gonna get to you on that particular issue because this is it's not sounding good for me, man. The way Mikel, some of these players, they don't deserve anything. They don't deserve protection from the manager. To be sure, some of these players, they just deserve to leave Arsenal because of the way they're performing. The performance at the moment, clearly, they are not good. We already talked about Gabriel Jesus. Not even a single shot on target yesterday. Not even a single shot on target. And the only person that is trying to lift up Arsenal at the moment is Declan Rice. And we have overplayed Declan Rice 1,000,000,000 times. This season alone, 4,567 minutes played by just Declan Rice. And no good has played less than 2,000 minutes in the Premier League. Guys, is that the player's problem? Is that managerial problem? Just let me know. Is Mikel trying to run down all our players and really just kill them? Because in my opinion, this manager does not care about his players. And every time he comes on, he talks about load. We have to balance this load. We have to balance this player's load. And how many players has he balanced their load this particular season? Almost all these players have been playing for how long? Like since the start of the season, the only player that has not really gotten any rest, Declan Rice and Zubimendi, they only, I think they have only missed probably 1 or 2 games in the Premier League. And we have midfielders that are potential midfielders as well. Nogard is a very, very good player. He has been the captain of, Brentford before he joined Arsenal. And he's capable of doing way more than just letting Rice get knackered for the entire season. And I'm worried, guys. I'm worried with this condition of games that our players have been subjected to. I am worried, guys. I don't know what we're going to be doing in the Champions League. Jeff, I see your concern, man. This is, um, I see your concern because when you look at this, what are you talking about? Of course, I'm talking about Arsenal. I think he was asking probably before he joined. I'm worried we could get smacked by Sporting. Man, this is going to be a frustrating night for us tomorrow. I mean, on Tuesday. It's going to be a frustrating night. My only hope is Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka returns in good shape. And I hope Eze can return probably in the second leg. If those three players are not available for us, guys, we are going to be cooked. We are going to be cooked. Trust me. Because right now, our defense is leaking. Like we have holes all over our roof. Our defense is leaking. We can't defend. And it's not the defensive problem. Magalesh, man, that guy should not be sidelined from this game on Tuesday. That is our sole defender that line up almost every single thing in the defense of Arsenal. And if he is to miss the trip to Sporting, man, I guarantee you we will be beat. Like we will be beaten completely and also. Unless we step it up. White, I know you are such a good player, but you were below par against Southampton. That was not the level of Ben White that I've seen and I've done completely. That wasn't his level. He deserves more. He deserves to play for that shirt. He should actually step up if he wants to stay there because Timber, we have gotten used to Timber so much that the performance that Ben White gave us against Southampton is just way below par. It's unacceptable. We cannot accept that kind of performance in the next game, Champions League. And the other thing is, we cannot lose any more games. We cannot get out of this Champions League again as we have gotten out from FA Cup and beaten by Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. We cannot lose 3 trophies in 1 week. That's going to be unacceptable, in my opinion. We cannot bottle the Champions League at this stage. I would have more compassion if we move and have it maybe in the semifinals. But to get this done in the quarterfinals the same way we lost against Southampton, it's going to be mental, guys. I'm not going to accept that. And this team is capable of doing things that people don't even believe in, guys. Arsenal, team has a lot and a lot of quality. It's just Mikel that is not utilizing this team to the maximum quality that we all know that our attack alone is dying, guys. Who is flourishing in our attack? Mikel ran down Bukayo Saka. Is not on top of his games. Armstrong has really gotten our star boy to zero level. Completely dead. And we cannot blame Saka for that. This guy played for 6 years in a row, five, six, 70, 60, 80 games in one season. And compare that. If you to calculate how many games Bukayo Saka has played, 300 matches, you are just only 24 years old. Tell me that you can never be injured or you can't be yourself after playing 300 games for your team. That's the situation that we have at Arsenal now. Our players are overplayed, guys. They are completely overplayed, like we don't have the squad depth. We have a lot of squad, like our players are available, and Mikel does not trust them, guys. We have lack of trust from this manager. MLS alone, no good alone. Now Derman has come in and he played so well against Southampton. He was the only one trying to push things to happen for Arsenal in the game against Southampton. And we don't know if he's gonna even start him. I don't know if he's gonna start him in, in Sporting, being our best player. I don't care if he's gonna start him, but he has to at least put him on the pitch when it comes to second half, or even substitute him, at least bring him on. Whatever he's gonna do, that is our best player at the moment. And we need to really, really look at Mikel and change things, man. Otherwise, we're gonna go to both Champions League and the Premier League. It's not gonna be magic for us to lose at Sporting. It's not gonna be magic for us to lose few games in the Premier League and Manchester City will take over. The way Manchester City is turning up at the moment to play the game, guys, that is what you you deem or you term as a team that is willing to go forward and win something for the for the club. And Arsenal doesn't look like this. They are the team that is winning at the moment. We don't. We don't look like a team that we're going for a 5 run, game of runs, and I mean run of games. We don't look like we are going in for a 6 game of run. Like, I look at this team as a team that is struggling at the moment to even put passes together. We're struggling at the moment to even talk to each other on the pitch. We're struggling at the moment to just anyway play the basics that we have. Guys, what is your take on this game? What is your take on the Sporting CP game that is coming up? And what is your take in the game of Premier League? Do you think we're still gonna go and win the league with this kind of performance? And what is going wrong to you in your opinion? In my opinion, there are so many things. We have already talked about 3 or 4 of them in just this few minutes that we have been live. And Mikel has to find a way to make things right. He has to, guys. He has to find a way to get us off this cliff. We need to adjust things. We need to talk. Amount of time that I have heard Mikel say, we have been so good in the 9 months, and now is the moment where we have to come and show our best shape, best moment, best life, best game. We have to go and attack the trophy. I've had a fire in the belly a million times from this manager, and I don't see it being reflected on the pitch. It doesn't reflect any single thing that this manager speaks about in his press conferences. is I feel like he's almost become a liar because you cannot tell me as a fan to expect things, and when you go on the pitch, you don't do exactly what you talked about. As a manager, your players are a reflection of yourself. You cannot tell me these players are not a reflection of you as the manager. The players do what you as the manager wants them to do. And at the moment, I think we have to defy every single thing that Mikel is saying to the players and let the players take charge and do what they can do on the pitch. Every situation is different. We cannot be systematic with this particular team like forever. Like really, we cannot. Jeff, I see your comment here. We cannot. I just can see us even getting a draw at the Etihad, and that means we have to win every single other game. You're about right, man. We could get beat by Manchester City. My only worry is if we don't perform well at Sporting CP come Tuesday, either we get beat 1-0 or 2-0 or even 3-0, and again we come to play with Bournemouth and we lose that game, that's going to be the collapse of Arsenal. And everyone knows that the pressure is on Arsenal to win this league after all this time that we have been leading for a very long time. We need to win this league by hook or crook. We need to win this league. I tell you, Jeff, this team are capable of doing what we can do. This team is such a good team that if you give this team to a manager who knows what to do with this team and knows how to win games and knows how to really get the best out of these players, this team is capable of doing anything, winning every single trophy that they can get their legs on. In my opinion, the amount of players we have with the quality that we have, we still need more, of course. We need more on the wing. We need a few more midfielders coming in. We need probably, a few defenders to just kind of be a little bit different. But with the squad that we have at the moment, with the amount of money that Arsenal has spent, guys, we shouldn't be really talking about getting out of FA Cup, getting out of Carabao Cup, getting beat by a team that has not been really working well for the last 1 year or so. They're still in what we call transition step, and we cannot even beat them. Etihad is going to be the finals of the finals, in my opinion. It's going to be the finals of the finals. If we turn up on that particular day and show Manchester City that we are still the boys or the men, or we have turned from boys to men, then we should be able to beat this team. But if we go there as boys, as young boys, we are gonna be shown exactly what winning the title means when it comes to the squeaky bum moments. Because I don't think these players have learned from what happened in the last 3 years. I don't know if maybe it's just the manager who is not experienced enough to tell these players on what to do. We do have players in the team that have actually won things. Why can't they use that experience to really go on and win things? Why? They're capable of doing things. And this team should be beating any team that they come across. In my opinion, they should be in good shape to win lots and lots and lots of trophies. But I believe if we get a good manager with this particular team, if we get somebody that knows how winning is, how to win things with this team, we should be winning many, many things, guys. Like I said, one problem, what is really going wrong with Mikel is he doesn't trust his players once he rotates one or two players from the main starting 11 that he has always been using, they don't perform to the level that they should because he hasn't been giving them time to play the game of football. And that's not the player's problem. That's not, Luis Kelly's problem. That is not a Nogat's problem. It's the manager's problem because he doesn't give you the opportunity to play. Training is totally different from real game of football. You can train every single day, get fit, but when you go to run in that pitch, it's a different story. And Mikel has to learn how to trust his players and he can give them the opportunity. Thanks so much. Oh, Animal Shots. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining again. How have you been, man? I hope you're good. I hope you're good, man. I haven't seen you for a while, but thanks for joining. Let me see your comment here. Um, Bournemouth and City, we are dropping points, and West Ham, as these teams have something to fight for, we have no fitness. Animal, I mean, thanks for joining again. This is, I mean, you're right. With what you're bringing out there. Dropping points. I don't know if you mean like really losing the game or just dropping like 1 point or 2 points. Getting a draw or something like that. In my belief, in my opinion, if Mikel can really, really, really just focus on bringing this Premier League home in the next 7 games, even if it means just like finding any way to win and just score 1-0 to the Arsenal, the famous 1-0 to the Arsenal. If we can just do that 1-0 to the Arsenal, guys, we can make it through. I know West Ham is playing for something. They want to stay in the league. And that's going to be a difficult game. And West Ham, every time we play them at the end of the season, they have always beaten us. Many cases, if they have not beat us, they give us a hard run. And I can't really disagree with you completely because I know when you are going down there back to the championship and the level of West Ham at the moment with the pitch that they have, the new stadium and stuff, they need to stay up. They need to stay up. And it's gonna be a tough game, guys. I know. But with Bournemouth, I think it's at the Emirates, right? I think it should be at the Emirates. I think at the Emirates, at least we should be in. Yeah, it's at the Emirates. So at least at the Emirates, I believe these players are gonna show up. And with what has already happened, depending on what is gonna happen again at Sporting CP on Tuesday, if we get beat by Sporting CP and we already, out of the FA Cup and out of Carabao Cup, and we turn up against Bournemouth with this kind of performance that we have seen in the last 2 games and get beat by Bournemouth, I would say the league is over. And that's going to be the biggest bottle job of the season. It's going to be a difficult game for sure, but we should turn up. If it comes to the Premier League, I want to see this team winning all their games before we go to Manchester City. And I want to see a different man when we played man to man. And it's difficult to play man to man for sure. But in my opinion, I think man to man is also, a good strategy that we can use to beat this team. In my opinion. Because Manchester City, with the counter press that they have, with all the way that they have been in playing the game at the moment, with all the energy and the strength and every single thing they're doing at the moment, I believe if we come up and play the game the way we should play, guys, we should be able to not have any problem with Manchester City. Because We have been on this. We have been doing this for 6, 9 months, like Michaela said. We need just to improve in few things. Improve on our attacking, improve on our midfield, run more, counter press, go and press early, and just play your football the way you have been playing. I know our players are knackered. Our players are in. We know we have injuries, and that's gonna affect certain performances. But we have enough squad guys to go and win this league. Just bring on the league to me, Mikel. Don't worry about Champions League. Don't worry about any other trophy. If you can bring home the trophy that is the Premier League, I think we should be really, really appreciative, much as he has bottled 2 leagues, 2 cups already. We will keep him if he wins the Premier League just to see what is going to change the next season when he's still in charge. I want Mikel to win something, and I want to see the difference between winning the Premier League and coming to defend that Premier League. I want to see what is going to happen when we make it through the line. That would give me a very, very good opportunity to judge this coach to the level that I think if he's gonna take us to the promised land where we will be winning 2, 3, 4 trophies in a row or in a season, or we're just gonna be that team where we play so well at the beginning of the season, middle of the season, go to the end of the season and not win anything, keep going back home empty-handed. I want to see him win something and 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 see if he's gonna be greedy at some point and want to win everything. I know he has said he wants to win every single thing that he can see. And Arsenal should be competing, man. Arsenal should be winning lots and lots of trophies. And in 6 years, we have just got one trophy in our hand. That's not good enough, guys. That's not good enough. But anyway, we will see. A lot of it has gone wrong, man. I believe now with the fitness also, like that's one issue. Um, the animals shorts, because the thing is the level of fitness that we have at Arsenal, excuse me, is just mind blowing, because this player is available today, and the next time he comes on, play a few minutes, and he's off. Is there a problem with the coaching? Is there a problem with the system of training? Is there a problem somewhere else? Or what's going on? What's the issue out here? Are our physios not doing their job? Is it the players that are overtraining or over concentrating on, doing simple drills and stuff? Because the amount of injuries that we have been getting, guys, is just beyond. It's just beyond. I thought the squad that we had, if you look at the injury record for the last 6 years, I had it somewhere here. Like, let me see if I can find it. Last 6 years. Let me give you the correct one here, because I had it on mine, but last let's say six seasons. Let me see if I can find it here, because it's been really, really so bad. I don't know why I can't even find it. Oh, I can't get this on here. Why? So I mean, the standard has just really, really gone down, in my opinion. Like, if you count the number of injuries that we have had, even alone in this season, almost every player has got has gotten injured. I don't remember any player who, maybe David Raya, probably. Maybe it's the only player that has not gotten injured in the Arsenal squad this particular season. But most of the players have actually gotten injured either for a week or so, or maybe, you know, 3, 4 weeks. And I know injuries is part of the game, man. We cannot run away from it. It's just part of the game. But the amount of injuries that we have every single season, man, it's just alarming. It's just alarming, guys. So that's one thing that we have also. Like I'm talking about really what went wrong around Arsenal. That's what we are discussing. Saka, I see you, man. Thanks for joining the stream as well. So we're looking at what really went wrong, just not only the two games, but in general with the season and stuff like that. Because I feel like there are a lot of things that is happening at Arsenal, or the things that had happened before is affecting the team in various ways that we want to look at it. And injuries is one of them. Our players are never fit. Our players play with injuries. Like Tuchel was saying, like, you know, Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice came with injuries. They had to be assessed. And I don't think that's that's not genuine. I think there is some truth to that. Because Mikel, even Declan Rice has spoken one day, said that he has been playing, with injuries. They just, give him painkiller and stuff, and he still plays. And that's the level where Mikel has gotten it wrong. With the amount of squad that you have, I believe you should trust the team that you are creating. Why do you bring Norgard? Why do you bring MLS just to play only in the left back, and yet he is a midfielder? Why don't he just at least try to balance this team so that everybody can have a chance to be at the level where you want? Because, like I said, only training cannot change so much, guys. You have to let them play. Look at this season. Odegaard hasn't even played almost nothing for Arsenal. I don't think even if he has 15 or even like 100 minutes for Arsenal. And that's costing us a lot, man. It is costing. Injuries has been one key scenario that has actually affected our season at the moment, and it's still gonna affect our season as we go forward in the last few games that we have if we don't really change the strategy. City, we are definitely losing. Bournemouth FC had 3 weeks to rest. They think we have no means of attacking. Yeah, that's really true. I mean, animals shots. Yeah, I think yeah, we have to change certain things, man. We have to change certain things at Arsenal for us to go on and win this league. There are lots of things that needs to change. And I know, yeah, that you made a really, really good point about Bournemouth. Like Bournemouth, actually, they have rested for almost 3 weeks, and they will come running at us. And Bournemouth guys, the way these guys can run, the way this team can run, guys, you already know. And I always, every single time we play Bournemouth, I always think of, Arne Slot, Liverpool manager, that us actually he kept saying one time that the amount of runs that these players has as Bournemouth, they can outrun you completely and win every single deals. And that's gonna be really, really difficult for Arsenal with the amount of games that we have been playing, losing two trophies. You know, I hope we still have the comfort. We still have the momentum, even if we have lost these two games. I hope we go all gun blazing, all guns blazing to perform just only for the Premier League, for the sake of the Premier League, knowing that that's the only trophy we have left to win. I hope we turn up, guys. The only problem I have with Arsenal, if you expect something from them, they always disappoint you. Go to watch the games without expectation. They beat people 5, 6, 7 goals. But when you expect something big from this team, I've watched Arsenal a million times. They don't turn up. Completely. They don't turn up. And hopefully they. Anyway, let's see. I hope they win against Bournemouth. Laka, what's up, bro? How are you? You ready for a double? I see you, man. This double is under the double, man. This double is turning into a single, man. We need to bring single first. I don't think this double is gonna be a double. Thanks for liking this stream, man. Thank you for for subscribing as well. I appreciate it every single day. Like, I mean, this double that we are talking about, I don't think we are going to manage, man. Champions League is a game of football where only technical people can afford to be there. I don't think Mikel Arteta has that capacity really to go win this Champions League. If we go to the finals, I would just watch the game because we are in the final. I don't think I would expect us to win, even if we go to the finals. I mean, you can say never, never say never that people say, but I don't believe Mikel is capable of winning Champions League with this squad and with the injuries that we have, with the style of play that we're having at the moment, trusting only on corners, set pieces and stuff, not really scoring open goals, and all our attackers are just, you know, not sharp, blunt in all ways. I don't think double is makes sense. I know you just here for for the banter, but I don't think we are able to make the double. But we can see. Odegaard is so crap. I mean, please, my brother, did you see that back heel versus? I mean, how can I not see, man? That's my captain, man. This is a captain that we think is the best player in the Premier League 2022-2023, scoring 15 goals, running everywhere, and everyone was like the best Premier League player, comparing him to, Kevin De Bruyne, and everyone was like, this is the man. He could still be the man. I'm not underrating him or cutting him out completely, because he still has, seasons with us, and he's still gonna be in there for a while. And hopefully, the injury that he attained this time would help him to to get back to the level that we know him. He's gonna come back and play also in the World Cup as well. So let's see if the World Cup can also help him at some point and improve his game, since he has Alan there in this team and he can do his magic by passing the ball and stuff. I know Odegaard he's a good player, man. Technically, he's such a good player, but I think the injury has killed his game completely here. And also, our media doesn't help, man. This media in England, man, if you are performing, they hype you. If you go down one step, you see how they kill you. They like nail you back down completely. They completely thrash you and criticize you to the level that you think you're not worth anything. That's the problem also, because we can't say these players don't listen to to these pundits, or even don't follow channels, YouTube channels and stuff. Some of these players have you know channels that they follow and they listen to at some point. They can impact them in so many ways. So hopefully my captain will return. He did play a little bit. I mean, compared to the games that he has played this season, I felt like the one against Southampton was fairly okay. He tried so many aspects. He tried few goals, shot on target and off target. He should have done better with that one shot that he got from Martinelli. But in general, I don't blame him, because injuries can affect your game in a season, but that shouldn't really determine who you are and shouldn't make us discredit his performance completely. Hopefully, we will turn up against Sporting CP, because absolutely he's gonna play 100%. I believe they will start. They will start him, since Eze is not there. You know. I think Odegaard will start completely in the 8 or 10, whatever position is going to be played. Kai Havertz might even start. We may even end up having, the same lineup, with the exception of just bringing Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice in, and probably have Nkape, if he's available, to play in the, uh, probably in the left back, because I'm sure Timber will be back and he will play, in the right back. And then in the middle, if Magalesh is not fit, I'm sure probably Nkape will play against with Saliba, in my opinion. Then probably Luis Kelly or maybe Fury jumping all around like gods against Southampton, and not really defending anything. Hopefully, it will be available and do something for us. Nuggets needs to play yet. He is not sharp due to no game time. Our best attacking player is um, Max needs to play. Yeah, I know. Like I talked about this yesterday. Arsenal have nothing in the front, like completely nothing in the front. We need to improve on most of these aspects. If we can really improve in the attack, even if Saka can come back and do his thing, I know he has gotten some rest for sure. That Saka and Declan Rice, when they return to go to Sporting CP, they should be our leaders. They should be the game changers that we missed against Southampton. We cannot lose against Sporting. It's unacceptable. We will not, and I will not accept us to lose. We should go there to win the game. I know it's going to be very, very difficult. Sporting CP, man, they turn up against Bodo Glint and wallop them 5 out of nothing. They got beat 3-0. That is a big team that is determined to beat any person who comes around. And we shouldn't take them for granted. We shouldn't look down on them. They will be the team to beat. And if we play the same way we played in the last two games, we will be knocked out. We will be battered by Sporting. Trust me, we will be battered. I think he can't really. I mean, he ain't really injured. It's just another tactic from Ateta to hide its poor performance. The season was a fluke. His treble. He has the ability. Let me see. I mean, the season was a fluke. He's terrible. He has the ability, but he's not consistent. What are we talking about here? Is it oh yeah, you're talking about Odegaard, yeah. I mean basically, I mean Odegaard has the capacity, man. He's such a good player. I mean it's been one of the players that I believe at Arsenal, when he has his best moments, he's the player to watch. But when he turned down, I mean, he doesn't show up in the games, he's the worst player you can ever have in the team. Because if you can think like days where Odegaard was actually so good in pressing and starting our attacks and stuff like that, he was performing well. He was doing really really good. But every season is not the same, you know. He gave him when he has a child also, maybe that's affected him. He got injured, maybe that's affected him. Maybe also like, media, people talking about him is not the right captain. Declan Rice has to be the captain and stuff like that. Those things, if you listen to it, it can affect your game. So I don't know if some of those things really got into him and thinking that people don't value his captaincy. People just want maybe Declan Rice, since he's a English, to just take over and be the captain at Arsenal and stuff like that. I At some point I even thought like Mikel should just next season change the captaincy, take Odegaard off the captaincy and let Declan Rice be the captain, and then we see if it's gonna help him to improve on his game. Because sometimes being a captain doesn't allow you to really really perform to the level if some everybody is talking about Declan Rice being the captain. But we have, the managerial team that they call the captaincy team, first, second, third, those ones, all those are capable of playing, but you shouldn't be affected by what people say. If that is one of the reasons why it's not performing, I'm not saying that's the case, but it could be it could hold some water in that, because it's not performing. So it's not just down to injuries; it should be down to certain things as well, that is affecting him, in my opinion. But we shall see what will happen in shots. We shall see what will happen in the next one. Saka and Rice are done physically, yeah, for sure, because these guys have been playing 3 years for us, man. And they never got a rest. Like no, between Saka and Declan Rice, those are the high performing players at Arsenal, and they have done it for Arsenal for so long. And guess what? For nothing. They have been knackered for 3, 4 years for nothing. We didn't win anything. Nothing. That's the most painful part. You see players struggling. You see players having their time to do their best and for nothing at the end of the season. We have to style up, guys. We cannot see Saka run down knackered for 3, 4 seasons. We cannot see Declan Rice for 3, 4 seasons playing their best. Saliba playing their best. You know, Gabriel playing their best, and we every single time finish second in the league. That's horrific. That's horrific, guys. We cannot accept that. It's unacceptable to me. I cannot be playing here in, here out, getting injured in the process, playing my hearts out, and still getting criticism at games where I'm not at my best. And at the end of the season, I walk home with nothing. That should be frustrating for these players. And I totally agree with you guys. At some point, Mikel is gonna be sacked because these players would be tired of doing the same thing over and over again and earn nothing from it. It's gonna come out on him. Because I don't think these players are the problem. These players are portraying and giving what their manager wants them to do. At some point, they would be blamed for it. I'm not saying everything is on Mikel, but these players can perform way better than the level that they are having at the moment that I see at Arsenal. They should be a team that perform way better than any team with the level of leave alone that this team has actually stayed together for more than 5 years. I know they have brought in a few players in, but like if you look around the English Premier League teams, Arsenal is the only team that has actually played together for more than any other team, in my opinion. Because we have been playing in this particular league for almost 4, 5, 6 years with the same team, a few changes in, but we still have the core of this team, with the exception of Thomas Partey leaving, maybe Zinchenko leaving, but the rest of the team are still there. And the unity that you see, the amount of games that this team has played together is beyond my understanding, and we still can replicate the 2022-2023 performance, and we still can win anything. It's just alarming, guys. It's just frustrating to me. Sorry for my rants, guys. Sometimes I just get overly emotional with what we have at Arsenal. But did I finish this really? Maybe I didn't. Saka and Lucy are done physically. Sporting aren't. I mean, um, we ain't winning. Look at s- um that is love is free with Portugal. I mean, you mean the history? Let's see. He needs to pass the ball quick, no extra touches, take shots from distance, but he doesn't. Um, he doesn't. Arteta's system ruins us. I mean, I talked about Arteta's system yesterday, man. In the stream, you weren't there. You can go back and watch. We I think the system that Mikel has is the one killing every single part of game that Arsenal is playing, because we are beyond system style of football. These players that we have are players that want to go on and play their game with freedom, with no handbrake, and no system that is so rigid that doesn't allow our players to even like drive the ball, run with the ball forward. And every time they ask him, do you instruct your players not to move the ball fast? Do you instruct your players to not like stay forward or go back and defend? And he says, no, I give them total freedom to do whatever they want. But that is super lie. because every time we lose the ball, I know it's good to have the structure to defend. You can see clearly the way Arsenal structure when they don't have the ball. And also when they have the ball, you can see the structure that they play, which is good. But you cannot be just adamant and follow every single thing your coach says and you want to follow it to the dot. That's why I feel like these players are very, very loyal to Mikel, which is good. But like sometimes in the pitch, do what makes you win the league. But at the end of it, it's not the manager playing, it's you who is on the pitch playing. And you have to make it happen. You have to win the game for the people. You have to win the game for the fans. Systems are good, they're perfect, but at some point, system does not show you exactly what to do when it comes to the squeaky bum moments. You just want to play to win the league. Look at Tottenham Hotspur. They brought in De Zerbi. We're gonna see what it's gonna do. If De Zerbi comes and try to change this team to play in his style and system, Tottenham is gonna be relegated. They are going to be relegated because at some point you don't need system. You just want to play to win the game and just go on, win the league. I don't care how we win it. 7 games down the road, it shouldn't be a problem of playing. You should have a good performance, of course, but it shouldn't be about the system that you drill in these players. Every single day you go training. I looked at a video that he was actually explaining something to No Good. It feels like he wants a specific way of turn, a specific way of playing with the ball, looking at stuff. I know he was a midfielder, but like the way he was explaining it to No Good was just like looking at him and like, what is this man saying? He's a very intelligent player, of course, but like there are certain things that don't. I mean, they don't need to be taught. Just play your game on the pitch. If things are not going your way, try a different style. And we don't have plan B as Arsenal team. We don't. Our teams keep, you know, fighting here and there, not doing their best. We're just shambles, man. We don't really have spine, and you don't have anything that we can lean on to when things are not doing well. Look at how Martinelli ran, head down. Look at how Gabriel is turn up. Nothing completely. Our defense is the only thing that is going to win us the league. If we didn't have this defense, Arsenal we should even be like a number 5 or number 6 or even 8 in league position because this defense carried us all the way up to now, and we cannot let our attack, kill our game and not take this league. No matter what, by hook or crook, whether Gyökeres carries us and win and score every single game, let it be. Even it means scoring with hands and stuff and VAR saved us, let it be. Even if other teams can save us, getting some points from Manchester City, let it be. But the Manchester City I've seen playing against Liverpool, they're not gonna back down. They will fight till the end. Because 9 points that we're talking about is gonna be down to 6 points when they play the extra game. And then when you look at that, we go to Etihad, they beat us, we're down to 3 points, and we will still be left with how many games? 4 games. And if we just lose to any of the team or even get a draw, it's gonna be a lot of pressure to finish the 4 last games. And they're still tough games. Newcastle is still in there as well. That's gonna be so difficult for us, guys. It's gonna be so difficult for us. If we make it difficult, we will crumble. We will lose the trophy. But if we just take it and like I don't get it. Like this team has suffered so many times, guys. This team should be going out there and just imposing every single thing they have learned, every single thing they have been doing, just doing their best. Because the pain of being second for the last 3 years should be way more than the pain to win anything. I don't get why these players don't even feel the pain. They keep talking about it. Now this year we're gonna win. We have the fire in the belly and stuff like that. And I don't see the fire in the performance. I only see the fire in the belly that is bringing in diarrhea only. Forgive me if you're having breakfast. But like, this team is crazy. It's just crazy, man. It's not all about Mikel. It's not all about the players. But I think there are things that we need to change in this team. And that's what we discussed today, guys. And thanks for those ones who have actually been on the chat and really giving their, their opinion. You can also go and give you more. We still have some few minutes to wind up, and then probably we'll get back tomorrow to talk basically the Champions League. And I wanted just to see. So the things that we discussed today, mainly, we're having injuries going all around the place. That's the one problem that we are having at Arsenal. And the entire season, we have had probably 50 to 60 injuries coming in and coming out, coming in with players having double injuries. You know, all those things has affected us completely in the Premier League and also in all the matches that we have. The second thing is Mikel, not giving the strange players enough game time. That is one reason why I think we are also having this issue and everything going wrong with us, because the players, the second string they call it, if when we bring them in, they don't perform to the level that we expect them, because guess what? They haven't been playing. How can you expect me to perform to the level if I am not up to the level of the game that I see my friends playing, I see my, co-workers doing every single day? And when you bring me on pitch, you want me to perform to that level. That's the problem that we have. Lack of trust of Mikel, just putting, overplaying some of these players. Declan Rice included, no good, not no good. Zubimendi included, Saliba. Uh, Everyone has been overplayed, in my opinion, in this team, because there are thousands of games nowadays, and it's becoming a big problem. So that's the issue. Those are some of the issues that I think, if we can address those, which some of them are not going to be changed this season, some of them will have to be carried forward to address them. Injuries, and rotational service. That's all on the manager. And the other thing is, these players are not using the pain that they have learned from. You should be learning things. It feels like we are still going backward. We don't learn from every single mistake we make. We are our own problem. Arsenal is causing problem to themselves. We leak goals. We give free passes to players to score goals. Game against Manchester United, Zubimendi giving the back pass. Like, Arsenal just perform so bad. Because either because of pressure or what, we kill our own self because we give balls out. We don't control the game the way we should control, and that ends up lack of concentration in most cases. How many goals have we really, really self-inflicted? There's so many. So that's the problem that we have at hand. It's not just this game. This has been coming. The problem of attack. Our players are all dormant. The attacking is completely dead. Much as we have so-called, star boy, we have, Yokore scored 50, 60 goals. We have, Odegaard or whatever. We are not doing enough really to pass the ball forward and score goals. We are not. We're not doing that. So those are some of the reasons, guys. We can keep the conversation going. We have so many things that we can discuss, but those are some of the few that I think, if Arsenal can really, really improve on those, we should be in good shape to win this league. But no matter what happened, we have to take this inferiority complex off our mind, because I feel like the manager that we have has not won anything for us, and he crumbled under pressure. He wants to be somebody that is not himself. He wants to try things that is extraordinary that people don't think about. He wants to prove people wrong. And that's not what you want from a manager who is just coming up to win things. He shouldn't worry about what people think. He should be doing the right thing to win the league or win the trophy that they have at hand. That's his only main job, in my opinion. And guess what? He doesn't do them. he still wants to show people that, oh, I can play Kepa and we still win the game. I can play this particular player and we can still win this. It's become a problem for me. These are the wrong things going at Arsenal for the moment, and not giving chances to these young players. Also, we have very good young players. Ranieri going out, and Lewis Kelly not really performing well. Those are problems that we have. Getting people at loan, I mean on loan, and yet you need them at Arsenal. MLS was our best player last season. You know what? You're still young. Stay in the bench. You come on and off. You're gonna stay there. You still have your bright future ahead of us. So stay home. Stay in the bench. Don't play. And yet he was our best left back. If left back is not working for a player, why don't you play him in the midfield? So those are things that I feel like if it is addressed, if they are addressed, for sure they're gonna help us. But some of these are not for this season because this season is almost done. It could change. It could not change. 7 games down the road, probably we have 7 games in the Premier League and maybe one more game in the 2 more games in the Champions League. We'll see if we can still progress. Probably we have about 10 or 15 games left for the season. Hopefully we make it. That's my opinion, guys. Thanks so much, guys, for joining in here. We have okay. Yang Chi, Yang. I hope I'm pronouncing your name well. It says Yangi. Seven is saying, if he hands up, if he hands up trophyless, he needs to get sacked, man. That's not a question to me, man. That's not even a question. He has to go, even if he. I mean, I would give him a chance. Maybe if he doesn't win, if he wins the Premier League, but I would give him just one here to see if he's gonna change his mentality and change his style of play after winning the Premier League. So I would have him there for the next season so that they can try to defend the league. If we are capable, if he does defend the league and we maintain the Premier League, I would keep him. But if he doesn't win anything, guys, he deserves to get sacked. I think Arsenal owners shouldn't be how can I what's the word? They should not think that this manager can win us the league after 6 years of winning nothing. And at this position that we are at or we are in, if he still loses this, guys, that's crazy. That's sackable offense. You cannot be leading for all this time and you're left with 7 games and lose the league. That's a sackable offense, guys. In fact, he has to give back all the money that he has been paid for. The wages that he has been getting from Arsenal. 6 years down the road, being on top of the league for 9 months or so, and you lose it, that's going to be unacceptable. It deserves to be. It will be. It has to be sacked then. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I saw in his interview one time he was like he talks to his wife and his family and saying, this is a game of football and you can be sacked anytime, so we have to be prepared for this and that. But you're getting 15 million or 10 million a year. That's a lot of money. Some of us can die without even getting that amount of money. Suckable offense for me. Guys, I told them, man, that Arsenal is not winning anything. We wish. I see you, Harold. You're back again, huh? I see you, man. I told you we have wolves in the chat, man. They're good though. We do have wolves in the chat, but thanks for joining, man. We will see. We still have a chance, man. We still have a chance. Don't just discount us like that. We still have chances. We may win a few stuff, We still have chances. So stay cool, man. Stay cool. Are you fretting, bro? What does that mean? I even don't know what that is. You mean like playing guitar? Or what? I don't know what that means. So explain to me. I'm not from England, so my English is not quite to the level. I may not understand that, but I'm good. I'm good. When you, unless if you're talking about drinking or something, no, I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do any drug or anything like that. I just have problem with my eye. I have a yeah something with my eye. I'm gonna actually go see a doctor very soon. So that's if you're asking for that. There's an eye sickness. They call it something, but I'll find out about it more. But nothing like that. So that's why sometimes my eye is a little bit red or stuff like that. But it's not out of drinking or anything. I don't know. I don't even know the last time I drank. So I'm a good boy, man. Are you worried about Saka's form? I mean, I've been worried since he came back from injuries, man. Mikel rushed him, so that's the first worry that I had. And so it's not, it's not. I'm not overly worried, in my opinion, because I believe he's still capable to come back. He can still come back and perform. Much as we have on 7 games, this is the moment where he has to turn up, and bring us to the other level. I know he hasn't been performing, but also I believe that Saka will turn this around. He will perform, because I don't see him as really failing completely from getting the 300, because every time at Arsenal when you get the 300k, you almost it's almost like a curse. You just go down completely. But with Saka, I believe he's still capable of really, really performing after this. But it's just the injury that he gets. With hamstring, sometimes your body is just like refreshing, and you have that mental fatigue as well, and reasoning. When you're playing, you just don't want to get injured, because you still have that ringing bell in your head saying, yeah, you're gonna get injured if you run so fast. You're gonna get injured if you do this. So that's my problem. So but yeah, I think his form is horrible, but I still believe he will change. I still think if not this season, then maybe in the World Cup, or maybe in the start of next season. The good thing is he hasn't been playing so well, so probably he will preserve some energy for next season. That that's one player that I would count on next season. But the rest, not really. No, not confident in Arsenal. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm still confident that Arsenal will actually win. So, um, I believe this team is capable of winning, and I think if we bring our best game, if we bring our best self, and what Mikel always says, if we bring that fire in the belly that they always talk about, and every game we go like we want to win, I think we should be in good shape to win, man. It's gonna be tough though, because Manchester City is coming, and the I think the game that is gonna determine if I'm very, very confident it's the game against Manchester City. If we pass that, I will be 100% sure that we're going to win this league. But at the moment, I think I'm still like 85, 80 there, because of the situation that we're having at hand. You already know. Out of the cup, two trophies that we were supposed to win. Now we're out of it. That's scary for somebody who, we have the record of what we call bottling. We have been bottling for so long. So if you see that same trend coming up, I'm sure you get worried. Like you get worried, everyone, as long as you're human. As the great Yedman said, Arteta out. I understand, man. I don't know. I didn't actually watch him. I should have watched him when we got beat by Southampton. I didn't see his stream yet. I like him, man. He's a funny guy. He's a strange guy, but I didn't watch. I don't know if he came up with some expressions and stuff like that. I would check on him and see what he says. He's always out. He's out again. Do you think it's time to come to move on from Odegaard? Me, personally, I would sell him and try to get Morgan Rogers or another attacking midfielder. Man, I think I'm not yet ready to move from Odegaard, because I still believe there is a player in there as long as he stays fit, as long as we bring good players around him. Part of the reason why I think maybe Odegaard is not performing well at the moment is because Zubimendi plays differently. And there we used to have Thomas Partey, who was really, really doing every single thing for Zubimendi. I mean, for Odegaard and Rice. And at the moment, we have Zubimendi, who is technically gifted, but he's not that type of midfielder that sits and control the tempo of the game. The problem is at the moment we don't have anybody in the team that controls the tempo of games. I don't know if you guys agree with that because Zubimendi doesn't control anything. Like when things are not moving high, things are not doing well, he calms people down. Thomas Partey used to do that because he was really really good at that. I know he had his own problem as well, but like I believe with Thomas Partey being in the system that helped Odegaard so much. If we can sign somebody apart from Zubimendi or add on to on top of Zubimendi and have somebody who can technically control the defense and have let Odegaard have that freedom to run around and be himself and do things like that and not worry about defending and not coming so deep like he always does. I think that might be helpful. But I think, I mean, he still has good game. And also, like I said earlier, we need to strip that captaincy off him so he can just be free like a bird and play like a free player, not worry about captaincy and all those things. If Mikel can decide that next season and let maybe Declan Rice or Magalesh or whoever we're gonna pick up, I mean, pick to be the captain. I want to see Odegaard just focus on playing his game. There's still a player there. I believe I will still give him a chance. I know many people don't think that, but I would still. Blink three times if you are confident, or blink twice if you are utter the out soon. Man, you are hilarious. I guess, Harold, I think you're another laka. You're another saka laka here. Oh man, I mean, I'm confident we're gonna win, man. Not only blinking, I'm really confident we're gonna win this league, unless this team just disappoint, which it's crazy. But you never know. You never know. You never know. You don't put all your eggs in one basket, so you still have to keep something. Superman was so good at the beginning of the season, but he fell out. I mean, that's not a surprise, man. Youngie. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name. Is it Youngie or Young Guy? Zubimendi has not been performing well for a reason because he has never played 3,000 minutes in his entire career. This is the first time that Zubimendi has played so many games compared to any level. So, if somebody hasn't played that amount of games, you guess they're gonna fall down at some point. They're gonna collapse because their body is not used to it. In Spain, we don't have so many games and people just play. But now, you know, um, at Arsenal, you play Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League. You have more than double, triple, even so many games. And I think that's the problem because Zubimendi wasn't used to that. And that's Mikel Arteta fault. You bought no good who is supposed to play in the game, but you don't give him the chance to play. Nogard was at Brentford playing every single day. He's used to playing in the Premier League. Much as he plays under the Premier League, he's still better than Zubimendi at some stage. He should have given more rest uh, to um uh, to, to, to Zubimendi and playing Nogard in some games. But that's what it is, man. I don't blame Zubimendi. It's just Mikel. Mikel should have rotated more with Nogard or Lewis Kelly coming in for Zubi to keep him fresh. That's the one mistake that Mikel has not learned from, man. I already told you earlier. I mean, you joined the stream a little bit late, but I was really furious because that's one thing that is going super super difficult for Mikel. He does not trust the players that he has bought himself to perform at a certain level. Like I said, you cannot expect me to play games, at the level of a starter. I am a substitute every single time. I can't play exactly the way a starter starts every day because they have gotten the rhythm, they have gotten used to playing each other, and they know where to pass, where to go at specific time, and it's a team. But like if you bring me as Noga to play few games, and how many minutes has Noga played this season? Not even more than 250, in my opinion. I don't think he has even started any Premier League game. So that's Mikel Arteta's problem. His rotation policy is just so bad, so bad, guys, and he needs to change that if he wants to have a quality team. I know Pep Guardiola has this system where at some stage he doesn't play you completely purposely to keep you for the end of the season. He has done that many years. I don't think Mikel knows how to do that. There's some games that you don't even need. You don't need Zubimendi to play. You don't need a pivot, a double pivot like Declan Rice and Zubimendi playing every day. There are games that you don't need those two players to start. Those are games where you start no good and some other player, Scaly or some other player. If you really trust your team so much, you should be comfortable playing all the players that you have in there. These strange players that people keep talking about, we shouldn't even be having strange players in the team. If you building something that is gonna go bigger and stay for forever, you should build a team that is big enough to perform at any point. Whoever you bring on is just quality, quality on quality. And that's how Manchester City used to win everything. That's how they maintain all the four, five, six out of six games, out of six trophies in the Premier League. They won four or five of those because he keeps the quality players on. Even if they're not playing now, in the next game, he tries to balance them. And at the squeaky bum moment like this, that is the moment where you will see Pep Guardiola bringing on those players who were rested, who are not having the chances to play. And Mikel has to learn from that. It looks like he wasn't even there. Saka, I see you, man. Here is the hard truth, bro. Arteta is signing a massive contract if we win the league, be it a goal difference. I tell you what, I already saw that coming somewhere, Laka, because I have a guy here. I mean, I'm not like super like he works at Arsenal. My friend, I've known him for years, and he like sometimes I use him as my source at Arsenal, and he doesn't get so many things anyway. But some days when he gets things, he always tell me like, if Mikel wins this league and wins the Champions League, even if just the league at this particular, you know, in this season, the owners are already preparing bigger stuff for him with the stadium coming up to be built, and Mikel is going to be the forefront, the image and the stuff for that project to go on. And you can see all these players are getting, you know, maximum, wages, and they're getting more payment, and everything is changing. Many players are getting contract done and stuff like that because they think Mikel is going to stay at Arsenal as long as he wants, unless things go, west so bad. But I can't disagree with you because I mean, my friend said he was gonna have a contract lineup already for him with being the highest paid manager in the Premier League. So you're not wrong. We will see if it happens. But I would not give him a contract if he just win only the Premier League and let him get so much money from it. Because there are a lot of problems in this team. Hopefully, the win might help him to change things. Because at the moment, we don't play an attractive game. Like Arsenal is so boring to watch. Like honestly, we are so boring to watch. And when Mikel first came, our game was tic tac football. One quick two passes, go attacking and everything like that. I guess because he's really really interested in winning the league after losing it for 3, 4 years. Now you can find any way to win, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's why we are not football players who are professional players. We just, talkers. We talk nonsense sometimes, and nobody even values our opinion. They don't even worry if you are, if you're a season of ticket holder or not. You're just a fun. They can do whatever they want. So let's see. But when the worst come to the worst, things will go west. And any person who thinks he's the main person will also fall at some point. But guys, yeah, thanks for joining, man. If there is nothing, yeah, it's time to really go and rest. And I will see you guys again tomorrow during the Champions League game. And get ready. Get me your prediction in the comment, and get me the players that you think might start as well, and get me your suggestions on the game predictions of everything in the comment for tomorrow, and I'll be in position to, yeah, come back tomorrow around the same time that we always do our stream, and we should be in good shape to discuss all that tomorrow as we see the league itself. I think Mikel might also have his press conference maybe before we come, and then we will be in position to talk about it and see what he has. Maybe there's some good news as it might be available. Maybe we will get more information for Magalesh. Probably that would be great, but we don't know exactly, what will happen. But it is what it is. Let's see what will happen, guys. Thanks for joining, guys, and subscribe on your way. And also, you know, um, yeah, good stream, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, Saka. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, trying to do it, man. Trying to do it for the love of it. But let's see what will happen. I hope we don't get beat by Sporting CP come Tuesday. But we pray all for the best. But we will get back to talk about that tomorrow. And join the stream. I'll put it ahead of time. You can check the channel and see what time we're gonna be available. But normally I do it around the same time. So if I don't get super, super tired, we should be doing it at the same time. If I'm super tired, we might do it a little bit early, but yeah, let's see what will happen. But anyway, thanks for joining. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all guys tomorrow. And one love, one love, one love. Thank you so much, guys.